Hi everyone, today I will talk about 5 advices on being smart with money. The first one would be to not to sit on too much savings. Now, this might sound a bit controversial because usually we hear from our elders, colleagues, and even we study in the schools that saving is a good habit and one should always be in the habit of saving. It helps you protect in a rainy day. By no means I'm saying that you should not save money. All I'm trying to say here is that do not focus 100% only on saving. If you have $2,000 in your bank account, for example, maybe pull out $500 from your bank account and put that in shares or invest that money in mutual funds or bonds. For example, uh, we are in coronavirus era, right? And if you only had money in your bank account, you would have lost because many banks have slashed their interest rates. But if you have diversified your money in different asset pools, such as maybe some portion of your money in bonds, some portion of your money in shares, some portion in savings, then you would have recovered that money from the area that you would have lost the money, right? So it's a very good habit to diversify your portfolio, save money, but not save all your money, right? The second advice is to beware of lifestyle creep. Now, who are lifestyle creep, right? These are the people who spend without having to think of what their income is, and they just want to spend, maybe to impress people. Now, when you're in your 20s and 30s, there is a lot of pressure to buy maybe a nice car, a nice watch, a nice laptop, the latest mobile phone, right? And even if you would not have the financial means to do so, so what you would do is you might take a credit card or you might borrow money or from friends, borrow money from bank loan just to enjoy those luxury assets. So it is like it is not a bad idea to buy a nice watch or a nice car. Who doesn't want that? But only do so if your financial means permit you to do so, right? The third money advice is to invest in the stock market. But when I say invest in the stock market, do not try to time it. Now, a lot of people who would have invested their money in January and February this year in 2020, and then when coronavirus happened, the market plunged very bad. Like for example, in US, it went all the way down to 20,000, lost 30,000 points. Many people would have started to panic as to, and they would have sold their shares at a very low price. That is not a good idea. Look at the history, look at the trends, look at how the stock market has performed in the last 8 to 10 years. Stock market always bounces back, and it is always to have patience when you're investing in stock market. You can always recover that money. Just have the right approach and be patient when investing in the stock market. Do not try to time it. Be a long term investor. Obviously people gain through short term investing as well, but if you're trying for the first time, have a long term approach and be patient, right? The fourth money advice, which is very important, is to build an emergency fund. And I have a strong belief in it. And we can see lessons here in various countries amidst coronavirus. For what is firstly, what is emergency fund, right? Emergency fund is a separate set of money which you have kept in case of unfortunate events such as a medical expense might occur, or maybe your car breaks down and requires a new transmission or a new engine, and that could cost you maybe 1000 $2000 extra out of your pocket. So many financial advisors say that you should have an emergency fund planned to cover 3 to 9 months of expenses. Now, a lot of people have lost their jobs in coronavirus. Some people had the emergency funds to cover themselves up. Some people did not. Some people were supported by the government. So it is always a good idea to have funds stored up for rainy days such as this in a separate bank account, and you do not touch that. Now, the fifth and the final money advice is to please make sure to pay off your credit card payment in full every month, right? Because if you do not do so, you could accumulate a very large amount and you could owe a very large amount in the long run. So, delaying your credit card payment can affect negatively on your credit card score as well. For example, when you have enough funds to maybe apply for a home loan, but due to your bad credit score, you might not be able to get that. So, it is very important to pay even if you have additional money that you have planned to invest. If you look at the history, stock market gives you around 8 to maybe 10% of returns on average in a year. But if you have credit card and you're paying more than 10%, it's always advisable to first pay off your credit card and then maybe invest money in stocks, right? Hopefully you could benefit from these advices. Maybe share with your friends who might need these advice. And if you're watching this video for the first time, please subscribe to my channel for more